Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're going to be going through my high-end foundations and concealers, and we're going to keep some, we're going to declutter some. So it's basically a collection and declutter. I know I already started my decluttering series for the end of 2021. There are already several videos up on my channel. I will have that playlist and videos linked in the description box for you. So before we start this video, I wanted to apologize for the squeaking noise that you're gonna hear from time to time. I have this sensor in my filming room that I cannot reach for. I have to call the maintenance person to take care of it for me, and it's just taking a little bit of time. However, I have some work to do. I've already filmed my primers, setting sprays, and affordable foundations and concealers decluttering collections this year, and I will be focusing more on complexion products in general, so I definitely need to make more room. Before we start, nails of the day I buy Salon Perfect. They are Neons collection, and I will have them again linked for you in the description box. And without any further ado, let's get to collection and declutter. My unit is from IKEA. This is Alex 9-drawer unit, and this insert with the resection was again from IKEA. I had to cut it off like this in the middle because the tray was a little bit longer. It wouldn't fit inside of the drawer. However, this comes in really handy. And again, all my concealers are here. Here I have my lighter formulas, and here I have like medium to full coverage foundations. That way I kind of see how much of everything I have. I really love this setup, really works for me. So let's go ahead and get started from this section. This foundation I actually picked up last year. This is a Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation by Urban Decay. Plastic packaging, easy to travel container. So I'm gonna actually keep this because this is in the shade 20NN. This shade is pretty fair. However, it matches my winter skin tone. When I don't tan, when I'm at my palest, I can't say this foundation blows my mind. It's okay. This foundation just is fine. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this for now. Next one is Beautiful Skin Foundation by Charlotte Tilbury. This is a new launch. I already have a full review video on my channel. Again, video will be linked for in the description box. I have been using this foundation nonstop since I got it for about, about a week or so. And I have been loving it. I found the way to make it work and make it last on my combination oily skin, and I have been really enjoying it. Mine is in the shade 3 Neutral, and this is my really good match. Like, I don't even have to adjust it. It's staying. Again, another new foundation to my collection. It's a Tint IDOLE Ultra Wear foundation from LANCOME. I just recently reviewed this. This was actually the first video that I filmed in 2022. I love this foundation. Mine is in the shade 215 Buff N. This is just such a beautiful foundation. The best thing I love about it is just so thin. However, it gives you this like beautiful coverage, and it's transfer proof. It lasts all day. This foundation that I have here is by IT Cosmetics by Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer. This is a matte formula, and it has SPF 50. For IT Cosmetics foundations and generally complexion products, I fall into a fair category. This one is in the shade light, so it's just a little bit deeper. However, when I self-tan, I like it. However, I do love the formula. It's a very nice, comfortable matte formula. I'm keeping this one. Another one is by Too Faced Peach Perfect. This is, again, matte foundation. It does have a scent, which is not my favorite. I'm in a shade of vanilla, but I really like this formula. This foundation is actually pretty new to my collection. Yeah, I love it. I'm keeping it. This one is a LANCOME Skin Feels Good Sunscreen Broad Spectrum Foundation. It has SPF 23. Basically, this is a hydrating skin tint. It has a healthy glow. This one is in the shade 02C Blonde. You guys, I love this foundation. It's so beautiful on skin, and it just wears very well. And I'm a combination oily skin. I do have enlarged pores on my T-zone. This formula just looks so beautiful on skin. It's so smoothing. It makes my skin feels so good, and it wears really well throughout the day. So guys, I've had this foundation for some time, so I'm actually gonna put this in my project pan so I use it a little bit more often. Okay, let's get to these two. So this is, again, IT Cosmetics. This is a CC Plus color correcting full coverage cream, SPF 50. Again, this is in the shade light, which is a little bit deeper. This is a mini size. I'm gonna be decluttering this because this is super hydrating. I mean, this makes me greasy, and I can cannot do that. So I'm glad it's actually super teeny size. So it's not that wasteful. This little guy here is by Bare Minerals. This is the Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream, Broad Spectrum SPF. Let me show you guys what we're talking about here. I was in the shade 02 Vanilla. This is a teeny mini size, but I'm actually happy that it is because, oh my God, this is too hydrating for me. If you're dry skin, you would like this. Super hydrating. It's beautiful. This is a shade of Vanilla 02, and you guys can see the difference in tone. It's almost has like a yellow undertone. I can definitely make it work because it is kind of like a lighter tint. Okay, so once you buff it into skin, it has very, very light coverage, which kind of doesn't work for me because I do have some redness. It does feel like a gel formula. It buffs into skin beautifully, but it makes me greasy. It's way too hydrating for my skin type. However, if you're drier, like maybe even normal skin type, you may enjoy this, but I will be decluttering this. Okay, we're gonna continue with these, and I'm gonna kind of show it to you all at once. And I have one of these here. You guys, I've mentioned that before in my videos that I do love Clinique complexion products. I only have these 4 at the moment, but over the course of the years, I think I pretty much tried every single foundation that Clinique made in the past decade or so. I think I started wearing foundation when I was 21, and I'm 37 right now. I have a long history of foundation wearing. My very first foundation was from CoverGirl, but my second foundation was this one. In one of the videos, I told you guys that I've been using this foundation for a lifetime, what it feels like a lifetime. For a very long time, this was the one and only foundation. This is Beyond Perfecting foundation and concealer, so it's basically 2 in 1. This is in the shade 2 Alabaster. It does match me generally, so it's not too light or too dark. So I can use this year round. Basically, this is a good shade for me. I'm going to be putting this in my project pan because I've had this for probably about a year or so, and I need to use it a little bit more before it expires. As far as these 3, these 2 are actually the same. They're just different shades. Even Better Glow Light Reflecting Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15. This one is in the shade CN2, and this one is a Warm Neutral 30. So this matches me when I'm tan, and this one is just my everyday color when I'm not tan. Let me tell you guys, these 2 are definitely like lighter coverage. They're kind of like light to buildable, a light medium coverage. However, I'm gonna make a big statement right now. This is by far the most beautiful skin tint I've ever tried. And we know that last year was a year of skin tints, and there's so many on the market. I've tried some of them, but this cannot be replaced in my opinion. I definitely need to powder them down. However, they wear so beautifully. There's something about them. They make my skin look like poreless. It's smoothing, it's hydrating. It's absolutely gorgeous. So it does have like a little nozzles here that you can squeeze the product out. You can mix them together. You can actually mix them with other foundations. It makes it easier to do that because it has a little, like, it's almost like a squeezy tube. I love these, and they're definitely staying in my collection. This one is Even Better Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15. So this kind of like the same concept. It has a little squeezy nozzle, and mine is in the shade CN02. What I love about Clinique foundation is that their shade is the same for me in all the foundations so far. Like, I know I can go from one type of foundation product to powders to any complexion product within the Clinique brand, and I'm still going to be this shade. This is just make it so simple and convenient. I love this. This has a little bit more coverage, but again, it's a little bit hydrating. This evens out skin tone really beautifully. You can see it is a little bit thinner formula. However, it has just such a beautiful coverage. You can see that over my blue veins, it kind of gives a really nice coverage. This is a really good example right here because you can see how it actually camouflages and covers the blueness of my vein right there. I love this foundation. This is a little bit thicker formula than the Even Better Glow. It's a natural finish from this one. It's not glowy, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love this foundation. Okay, let's move on to this area. Let's start with this Sephora one. So this is a Matte Perfection foundation. I have mine in the shade 05 Porcelain. This is a full coverage of foundation. The packaging is very simple. You have to untwist this little portion right here, but this is a beautiful matte foundation. What I like about it is, first of all, it's super compact. There is no wasted space. It's just a squeezy, very simple tube, travel friendly. I like that this is a full coverage foundation, but it's very comfortable on skin. A lot of people still enjoy wearing full coverage foundations for different reasons. However, nobody wants to have that like thickness of a foundation, like that cakey layer of product on the face. So this doesn't do it. You need just a little bit and it gives you that full coverage that you're looking for. I'm definitely keeping this one. Another Sephora foundation that was, I believe, launched last year in 2021. It's a best skin ever. Mine came in the shade 10N. This is a really good match for me. I have used this on camera and I will obviously have all that linked for you in the description box. I really like that the packaging is really simple. This is a glass bottle, however. I love that this foundation just sets itself. This is one of the things that I love, especially for oily people. It just has a good medium coverage. You can build it up a little bit. I'm definitely keeping this foundation. It's great. Okay, this next foundation is from MAC. This is a Studio Sculpt SPF 15 foundation. Mine is in the shade NC15. I love this foundation. It kind of has this whipped formula. It's a beautiful, like a fuller coverage foundation. It has a natural finish. I love this. I'm keeping it. So this one is a Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. Mine is in the shade Porcelain. As you can see, the shade is much deeper than I am. So I can definitely make this work when I'm tanned, when I'm like seriously tan in summer. I'm going to try it one more time or maybe a few times and decide if I want to keep it or declutter completely. I noticed that this foundation settles in my pores and accentuates my texture, which obviously I don't like. And that being a little bit deeper color, I feel like it accentuates it even more on my skin. If I see that happening again, I will declutter this. I know a lot of people talked about this product as their favorite, or like holy grail even. Unfortunately, not for me, so just give it one last chance. This is a Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation by Tarte. Oh, I have this one too from Tarte. I would like to keep one of them, but I think it's going to be this one. It's definitely a full coverage foundation and it is matte on me. It does have a sunscreen, SPF 15. Mine is in the shade Ivory 13N. I think this is a little bit too pale for me, but I mean, again, I can make this work. The undertone works, but I can definitely use other complexion products to make this whole entire color work. This is pretty nude for me, so I would still like to keep it just for like comparison reasons. I'm not a hugest fan of this foundation. It does need to be applied in a certain way. I noticed that if I have a dry patch, it would cling to dry patches. So my skin has to be like very well prepped and I have to apply it in a very thin layer. I can make this work. However, it's not my favorite foundation, but for time being, I'm going to keep it. This one, however, this is a Tarte Shape Tape. And as you guys can see, I've used this just a little bit. This was in the shade 12N Neutral, which it was a little bit lighter shade for me generally, but undertone works. So super cute packaging, but you guys, this looks like a spackle on me. I'm most probably going to declutter this, but I want to try it one more time just to make sure I don't like it as much as what I remember. Okay, this foundation is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was that Luminous foundation, I think it was called. So this is in the shade 140 and this color matches me perfectly. Beautiful glass bottle, pump, all the good stuff. I've used this on camera. I like this foundation. It's definitely glowy. I can't wear this for too long. It's maybe giving me about, I don't know, 3 to 5 hours wear maximum, and then it becomes very greasy. I have to retouch it. I have to prep my skin with the mattifying primers and powders and setting sprays and, you know, the whole entire shebang. However, it's absolutely beautiful finish. Probably one of the most beautiful finishes. It is beautifully like glowy, like healthy, natural, beautiful glow. If you're a drier, like normal and drier skin type, you would probably love this so much more. I'm going to keep this because I want to keep it, because sometimes I do want to use it. Right now we're in winter and at times I feel like I could definitely use a hydrating product, and I want to keep this for now. And this one is my last one out of the foundation foundations. This is Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. Mine was in the shade Cashmere 06. I apologize for the packaging, is super dirty. Something about this pump is that it always leaks everywhere. I try to clean it so many times, and every time it just turns into a mess, so I just kind of gave up on this, so that's why it's looking like that. This foundation, this shade, has a little bit yellowish undertone. I can definitely make this work, especially when I tan. It makes things a little bit easier. However, when I'm pale as self, like, it's definitely a wrong undertone for me. I love this foundation. It's very thin, however, it's giving you this beautiful coverage. This foundation has really beautiful finish. It also has a blurring properties. I'm gonna put it on my project pan. I think I probably have maybe a half of a tube left because I've used it a good amount. Going into my project pan. Now we're done with foundations, and these are the products that I'm going to be putting into my project fan for a time being, and these two will be getting the last chance. Okay, let's move on to my concealers. Okay, this concealer section, I think I'm going to be getting rid of quite a good amount here. So this one is actually the very new one. Again, it's a TIENT IDOLE Ultra Wear Concealer. From LANCOME. I just recently, again, reviewed them together with the foundation. This is in the shade Ivory Cool. My really good match overall. It's not so much of a brightening, but amazing hydrating formula. If you have under eye wrinkles or in generally like textured skin, it just works like a skincare. It feels like a skincare infused, and it just wonderful. It melts into your skin so beautifully. I love this. The color that matches me overall. One beautiful packaging. I'm definitely keeping this one. This one is Magic Touch Concealer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's a brand new one that just recently got launched, I believe at the end of 2021. I have mine in the shade 6. The shade is a little bit off on this one. Again, I've used it on camera. You guys can watch that video. I really love the wand. It's very interesting. It's kind of like curved and pointy, very, very unique shape to it. The packaging is beautiful. I really like the formula. I think it feels hydrating on skin. It blends into skin really easily. A little goes a long way. If you guys watched that video where I demoed it, you would see that I literally used maybe like several dots and it covered my whole entire face because I kind of use it as a foundation. It turned out that way. Yeah, a little goes a long way for this one, but again, beautiful hydrating formula. I'm definitely keeping. Here I have Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Mine is in the shade Swan. I kind of like the shape of the applicator. It's really precise. It's really pointed. It's really easy to do your under eye applications. It is not my favorite formula. However, I'm going to keep it for now. I do like the coverage of this, and the shade works really well for like my under eye for brightening purposes. Here I have the two Tarte ones, the original one, and I have the ultra creamy one. I'm going to keep the ultra creamy one. This is a very brightening full coverage like we all know. I have mine in the shade 12N. Fair neutral. I love this concealer. It works. It's when I don't sleep or whatnot, and when I'm really tired, when I want like a super brightening effect. I like this formula, and it's pretty new concealer. So I'm gonna keep this one, and I'm gonna still keep this one, but I'm gonna put this in my project pan to see if I can use it a little bit more, and if I don't reach for it, I'll declutter. So this one is by Benefit. That's a Boing Cakeless Concealer. This is in the shade not zero, number 1. Okay, super cute packaging. I love the wand, everything. Really nice, like light texture. I feel like it makes my eyes dry. I'm gonna declutter this. I don't enjoy this concealer. Yeah, no, declutter. I have 2 concealers here from Bare Minerals. Stroke of Light Eye Brightener, and then Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I love these. These are so good. If you have more mature skin, if you have maybe like minor lines or more lines or textured, this is skincare infused, and these are fantastic. This one, I mean, it's called an eye brightener. However, this shade matches my overall skin tone, so I use it overall. This one is in the shade Luminous 2, Flexible Petal Applicator. Formula is absolutely beautiful. It just melts into your skin. It's hydrating. It just wears beautifully throughout the days. Nothing crinkles, nothing dries out. Absolutely beautiful. And this one is, again, like not that far from this one. Like literally perfection. I've mentioned this I think in one of my like favorites videos that I've been using this a lot, especially like in winter times, or sometimes when I just want something lighter, but I still want a little bit of coverage. It looks like you don't have any makeup on. It looks like that's just like your skin. It gives you this beautiful coverage without looking makeupy. Beautiful product for like gentle areas where the skin is thinner. And generally, I feel like you can use it anywhere in the face. It's absolutely beautiful, beautiful formula. Definitely keeping these two. Okay, this one is by Estee Lauder. This is a double-sided product. So one has a hydrating primer, kind of has a little bit like luminosity to it. You see it has like a little pink tint. You don't get pink color deposited to your skin. It's just almost like a lotion, a primer that gives you extra hydration. So you apply that first and then you go with your concealer. A really nice formula. This is a very brightening shade for me. This is in the shade 0.5 and ultra light neutral undertone. It's brightening for me. So whenever I feel like my eyes are tired, maybe I need a little extra hydration, I like reaching out for this. Usually I would wear it to work. Very nice. Like lighter formula, as you can see, like when I tap it out, it just kind of like blends into the skin. Especially if you are missing that hydration, you can add it together with that primer that's here. So I think it's a great product. So I'm going to keep it for now. Too Faced Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer. I had mine in the shade Fairest. You know what? I've had this for so long, you guys. I think this is expired. I haven't used it in a while. I remember this product being fine. It's too old and it's definitely expired. So I'm going to declutter this. Okay, we have a few ones here. So I have one from Clinique. This is a Beyond Perfecting Super Concealer. It's camouflage plus 24-hour wear. Nobody needs to wear makeup this long. I picked it up last year. You guys may have seen it in my unboxing. This is a very full coverage product. Again, you'd see it's very pretty liquidy. However, it gives you like beautiful coverage. This is definitely too much. When I tell you this would last you a lifetime because you need a tiny, teeny, tiny dot of this, look how much this is. Look, it literally covers my whole entire hand. I like to use it on the days when I don't have to wear too much makeup. However, I wanted like a brighter under eyes. I reach for it. It has a purpose in my collection, so I'm going to keep this. So this one is Infamous It Cosmetics by Under Eye. Full coverage, anti-aging, waterproof concealer. There's a lot of claims on this one. I have mine in the shade 10 Light Fair Neutral. You know what? This is like a bulletproof one. It is a full coverage concealer. I usually apply it with my fingers and just tap it out. A little goes a long way. So I'm going to keep it. All right, this one, you guys, I have to actually part with this product because I've had this for a long time. This is a Studio Sculpt concealer. This is a beautiful concealer. It used to be. I haven't reached for it in a while because I have like other products that I constantly test and they're like very much handy. So I'm going to declutter this because it's really, really old. But man, this was a good one. This was a fantastic formula. I don't even know if they make it anymore. Let me know if you've ever tried this in the past and what you guys think. So I have to say goodbye to this. This is looking really good, so much better than it was. Now I can actually have some room to grow. How do you think I did? What do you think of my collection? Is there other products that you think I should try? What is your go-to complexion high-end product at the moment between foundation and concealer? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumb up, and I hope you consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next videos. Bye.